Hey lovelies, I'm here to provide you with a beautiful card reading for the full moon in Scorpio that's happening on May 1st. And this can be applied to the next couple of weeks between the full moon and the new moon. And the themes of this Scorpio full moon are pretty intense. So, one of the themes is there could be a huge illumination, a huge unveiling, meaning something that's been in the dark could come to light. Something that's been hidden could come to the surface. And that might come with an emotional truth. It might come with some kind of release, something that's old that needs to be released. We might feel it in our bodies. It might not just be a mental experience, I guess. And we're going to dive into this. What are the messages from this full moon for us right now? Okay, let's see. I'm calling this spread the light in the dark spread for the Scorpio full moon. And the reason I'm calling it that is because I don't know about you, but I've been feeling like I've really been in the dark lately. And it's been a challenge to stick with my spiritual practices of surrender, of trust, of aligning myself with the receptivity, being open to receive the highest outcomes. And I'm sure you know what I mean. It's been a challenge. So finally, there's going to be some illumination for us. So let's figure that out. Okay. Let's get some clarity with this card reading. As you can see, I'm using the Starseed Oracle. It's by Rebecca Campbell. Honestly, all of the card decks I use are by her because she's just the best. And all of her decks really resonate with me. Let's see what wants to come through for us. But first, I want to invite you to take a deep breath, put your hands on your heart, and let's just get into the mode of receiving the wisdom and the messages that you need at this time. So putting your hands on your heart, let's just take the deepest breath you've had all day. Deep breath in. And slow breath out. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to shuffle the cards off camera because if I try and fit my hands in that space between my setup and the camera, it's just going to get all messed up. So I'm shuffling. Card 1. We're going to be asking about what wants to surface. So we're asking what truth or what energy that has been building is ready to now be seen. What is ready to be seen? Okay. Shuffling the cards. Let's see. Oh, some cards almost came out. If you're new to my card readings, I just shuffle until the right card jumps out. Oh, that one jumped out. Oh, two. Two of them came out. Okay, let me see. Oops. Let me see. If I have two cards come out, I have to ask. I put it on my heart and I say, is this card right for us? Yes. Okay. So this is card 1. And what about the second card? Is this card right for us? Yes. Okay, I'm going to get to that in a second. The child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Okay, I got this yesterday. I did a card reading for myself yesterday with the same deck. And I swear I shuffled. I did all of the ways to clear the energy, but this card came up again. So I think this is more of a collective energy, not just me. I think this is applying to you as well. So again, we're asking the question, what truth or what energy is ready to be seen? And it's your inner wisdom, your inner intelligence. A lot of us have been feeling helpless or hopeless, and we feel like we're not good enough, or we're incapable, or we don't know, so we're struggling because we need to know everything. Raise your hand if that's you. A lot of us feel disempowered. All of that is a disempowered feeling because we're expecting our wisdom to come from outside of us. We're expecting to know what to do in our lives because experts tell us, or the people in our lives tell us, or our minds should tell us. But our mind is really just part of our ego, and our ego has an important role to play, but it's been conditioned by our culture and our society. And in fact, it was conditioned in the first 7 years of your life. So think back to the first 7 years of your life. What was your parental role model showing you about what it means to be a man, or what it means to be a woman, or what it means to be good, or what it means to be successful? What were they showing you and teaching you? And if you went to a church or a religious institution, your schools, your teachers, even siblings, there's all of these influences that form our view of what our lives should be, how we should be. And I'm saying this because there's a better authority. There's a deeper, more pristine, more authentic authority, and that's the inner authority, the inner intelligence within you. Another way of saying that is the spark of the divine within you. We are all connected to a higher intelligence. We are all one with a higher intelligence, and that is within you. And if you can allow that part of you to become unveiled, a lot of us hide it, or we reject it because it's not acceptable, as a child, or, you have to listen to what the parents say. But there's a part of us that really wants to be leading. It's not even like a truth bomb, like, oh, now I know something deep about myself. It's more like the part of you that's been leading your life is, the word haggard comes to mind. It's old, it's outdated. It's like trying to ask a 90-year-old to bicycle and pull your cart. Does that make sense? I don't know why I'm seeing like one of those like bike taxis, and it's like the person who's pushing and pulling and forcing the cart forward. That part of you is outdated and old right now. So the part of you, I hope that makes sense. I feel like I see it so clearly, but anyway, the part of you that wants to guide you forward now is the inner intelligence, the inner divine wisdom, honestly. So that's the part of you that's ready to be seen. And you can even ask, I'm ready to hear that wisdom within me. But I'm going to give you a warning that you're not going to hear it if you're just busy all the time, if you're always distracted by your screens. I say this as you're watching my video on a screen, but if you're not spending time with your true self, if you're not spending time to connect inwards, whether that's journaling, mindfulness, a quiet walk, there's lots of ways to connect to yourself. Being in nature is really helpful for that. Because you are nature. We are nature. But we're so wrapped up in the modern world that we're kind of losing touch with that part of ourselves. Let's just say the intelligence of the universe that lies within you is the most natural part of you. It's your power. your wisdom. And it feels like a blend of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, like the perfect union of them both. Okay, no big deal. That's what's surfacing. Oh, right. And then I have the other card that came out at the same time. So this is also for question 1, which was what emotion or what truth or energy has been building that is now ready to be seen. This is just reinforcing this because it's telling you to lead, pave a new path. Don't keep going down the same path that your old self has been going down. Pave a new path. Be the leader in your life. Allow this part of you to lead. How can you do that? I'm sure you're asking how. Slowing down, giving yourself time to have a break, giving yourself time to rest so you're not constantly like on automatic pilot. You know what I mean? So you're not constantly on a hamster wheel. There's a part of you that's ready to lead. And it can't if you're still entrenched. I'm seeing trenches right now. You know, trenches from like World War II or like ditch trenches. I see you like in a trench that you've been kind of digging for a certain period of time in your life. Look, this is true for me as well. But that trench isn't leading you to where you want to go, and you're just, I'm seeing this vision now of you popping your head out of the trench, looking around and going, wait a minute, this has been guiding me to, I don't know, I don't want to be going in this direction. And so you have to dig a new trench. But at the same time, it's like, wait, is digging the trench even the right way to get there? Is the way I've been doing things even the right way to be living or to be achieving the life that I desire? So there's a new part of you that wants to lead, and it's the part of you that's brave and courageous to try something new. It's honestly uncomfortable to go through change, to experience change, but at the same time, they say change is the only, what do they say? Change is the only inevitability in life or something. I don't, you know what I mean. Change is always happening in life. Life is never staying put. It's always changing. So you can choose. This full moon might be showing you, and pay attention to what's coming up for you. But you can choose, am I going to keep going in the same path? Am I going to keep doing things in the same way? Am I going to keep seeing myself as the same limiting beliefs? You know what I mean? Or are you going to step up, be brave, and take a leap? And that's what this is showing us. Forge, don't follow. This image is beautiful because it's almost like this person is almost in the dark, out in the void in space, and she's looking towards this like lush green land. It's like the new is thriving, it's alive, it's nature, it's natural, it's more natural. That's what I'm picking up on. Whatever is the new for, it's gonna feel more natural. It's almost like we've been living our lives going against our true natures, and you can take that however you will. Like maybe it's the way you're working, maybe it's the way you're trying to present yourself to the world, maybe it's the way you are in relationships. It could mean many things, but there's this opportunity now to choose. Am I going to stay the same and get the same results? Or am I going to try something new? And this is the energy of the new. So that feels very positive. Okay, let's go to question 2. Question 2 is, what has expired? What is genuinely complete and ready to be released? under this full moon. Full moons are good for releasing. So let's get some more info and insights about what's ready to be released in order to move into the new. Okay? Let's see what's ready to be released. Oh! One jumped out. Earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother. Slow down. Time and nature. Okay, so I'm picking up on what I was just saying for card 1, or, both of the cards for card 1. There's an inner nature within us that's been suffocated, that's been damped out, that's been withered away. And it's our inner nature, our connection to nature, but also our inner essence as a being who is one with nature. So this question about what's genuinely complete and ready to be released, it's living your life with the illusion that you're separate from the earth, that you're separate from the trees, that you're separate from the flowers, the insects. Living your life so consumed with things in the human-made world that you've forgotten what's really important. And I have too. I'm not pointing my finger at anyone here. Today, actually, I went for a walk in the park next door for the first time in a while. I like to take walks there occasionally, but for a long time after I moved here, I was doing it every morning. Every morning I was taking walks in the park next door, and it does something to me. I hear all these birds singing, and I see the morning dew on the grass and on the plants, and I feel completely encompassed by green and by trees. There's these tall evergreen trees I like to walk inside of. There's actually a circle of trees. I like to walk around the circle and do some mindful breathing. And I feel, it's indescribable. I feel more calm and I feel more like myself when I'm connecting to that. So what's ready to be released, what's expired, what's complete, is living your life with that forgetting that you're not separate, forgetting that you're one with the earth. This card says earth pulsing, pulse of the mother. That pulse is reminding me of, in shamanic journeying, they use a drum, and the drum beats the same pace as a heartbeat. And they say it reminds you instinctually of being inside of your mother's womb and hearing her heartbeat and being inside of her heartbeat. And so there's something to that shamanic healing and journeying, and that's a whole very large, rich area of healing that I'm not an expert in, but it's reminding me of that. Slowing down, spending time in nature. So these are the medicine that we need right now as we go through this illumination from the full moon that's showing us what's no longer aligned, what's ready to be released, is this disconnection from our true nature and from the natural world. Okay, let's go to the last card, which is what power or truth or part of myself is ready to return to me as I release this. If you're willing to release that disconnection, the illusion of separation, if you're willing to release the ingrained tendencies that keep you separated, there's going to be something that's ready to be reclaimed or remembered. So let's just ask it this way. What power or what part of myself is ready to be reclaimed as I release what no longer serves. Shuffling. Okay, a bunch of cards just fell. It's like 5 cards. So I'm gonna keep going. If there's too many cards, I just put them back. Oh, let's see, this one came out. Wow. The part of you that's being reclaimed, the power within you that is ready to be returned, is deep, deep, deep inside. Something is going to be cracking open with this full moon. This image, if you can see, reminds me, it's a woman. It's like her body is cracking open and on the inside is just like cosmic stars. It reminds me of the idea of a mask, like we're living our lives with an outward like mask that we're presenting ourselves with. For example, when I was a teacher, I was Miss St. George and I had to show up to school and say, hey, everybody, how are you doing? And that was really hard for me because I cannot fake. I cannot have a mask. I did, but it was hard, and I'm sure people could see through it because I was slipping. But there's a way we've been presenting ourselves to the world that's not even authentic. And I'm being shown that idea of peeling something. What am I sensing? I'm sensing a fruit being peeled. I'm sensing like the idea of an orange being peeled, but on the inside you think it's going to be orange, but it's really purple. It's like, oh, there's something inside of me that I didn't think was there or that I didn't know was there. Okay. So this question was, what part of myself is returning to me as I release the disconnection? And it's just more of your true self. It's like your highest self. Your highest self, but the part that's in you. The idea of the highest self is like, honestly, it's kind of like the soul, but it's like the version of you that is, people have different interpretations of this, I think. The highest self can mean the version of you that's the most healed, the most enlightened, the most, perfect. But I don't even like the idea of perfect. But the version of you that's the most evolved, I guess. But that's not really what I'm talking about. The highest self can also mean like your soul, the part of you that's from the divine, from God, from source, is so powerful. The only portion of it can reside inside your physical body. Because if the whole thing was inside of your physical body, it would just like explode because it's too much energy for this density that we're living in. We're living in a very dense world. I think you know what I mean. This is the part, the true highest self, the soul self part, not the part of you that you've been showing to the world, but the part that's the true self on the inside. And that part might be deep, deep, deep down because it might have been years since you really felt like your true self, or it might have been your whole life. That part of you might have been rejected when you were a child. In fact, I was facilitating a circle last night. And a lot of us were being shown parts of our child self that we rejected. And almost all of us in the circle, it turned out that we've rejected our playful side, our joyful side. because, things that happen in childhood or whatever, we've all have different experiences, but it felt like, either you were bullied or it wasn't encouraged in your home or whatever. There's some part of your true self that isn't going to show up until you're cracked open. And I don't like this idea of rock bottom. I feel like, well, let me know in the comments. Do you feel like you've been experiencing rock bottom lately? I hope not. But it's just a term. Rock bottom means you can't go any deeper. You've reached the bottom of I don't know, the cave or something. So you're at the bottom. Rock bottom, in this case, means the deepest part of you, your inner depths, your inner soul. And this message of surrender to the alchemy of life. Alchemy is the idea of turning what's dense and heavy into gold. And when we're talking about inner alchemy, the inner mysteries, which, by the way, I love and I'm obsessed with, and I teach this in all of my circles, even if I'm not using those words. I'm teaching you how to connect to this part of yourself. So, you know what? I am actually hosting a circle in May. Why don't you check the caption, the show notes, to see the details? But if you can come, it's going to be an online circle. I call them truer circles. And these are intuition workshops that help you connect to the true part of you. Honestly, it's helping you connect to this part of you that you really, really are ready to open to. And that's reminding me of this card as well, the Forge Don't Follow card, about paving a new path and being the leader you wish you had. This is the part of you that's ready to lead. Your soul self, your highest self, your true self, not the self that's been formed by the first 7 years of your life. I'm so fired up about this. We're going to get into this in our truer circle. So check the link in the caption or the show notes, and you're going to see the details for registration. And just know that if you can't attend live, there is a recording. So you can definitely still sign up and get the full experience, even if you're not there live. It's kind of hard to pick a time because there's the East Coast, there's the West Coast, there's people all over. So it's okay if you can't attend live. But that is your card reading about the Scorpio full moon energy and the light in the dark. Honestly, this part of you, the true soul self, is the light in the dark. And you can't get there until you've connected to nature, until you've slowed down, until you've connected to your inner nature. And that's not going to happen unless you become the leader. You have the courage to lead yourself the way you know you need. So I'm kind of working backwards here. This is like a reading that can go forwards or backwards. And I'll just reveal this card once again because we had 2 cards for question 1. The child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Oh, that was beautiful. I am so passionate about doing this work to help you be more connected to your true self. I literally called my brand Becoming True for that reason. And if you're ready to step out of that trench, to get out of that small self and into your true self, then join me in my truer circle. All right, thanks so much, and comment below if anything resonated. I would love to hear what stands out to you, what messages really felt like they resonated, and if you know someone that could really use this clarity right now for the full moon, send them this reading. They could benefit from it as well. Thank you so much. Love ya.